Have you ever looked at your life and thought, why does this keep happening to me? You try to do the right thing, you pray, you stay hopeful, yet things still fall apart. When life feels unfair, it's easy to believe you've been cursed with bad luck. In a small countryside village lived a man named Samuel. Samuel was kind, hardworking, and faithful, but he carried a quiet bitterness in his heart. Whenever something went wrong, he told himself, "This always happens to me." He believed his life was shaped by misfortune, not purpose. Samuel owned a strong horse named Max, his greatest help and only source of income. One morning, Max broke free from the fence and disappeared into the hills. The neighbors shook their heads and said, "What terrible luck." Samuel felt crushed. He prayed, but his heart was heavy with disappointment. Days later, Max returned, bringing with him several wild horses from the hills. The neighbors cheered and said, "What great luck!" But before Samuel could celebrate, his son tried to ride one of the wild horses and fell. Breaking his leg, again the neighbors whispered, "Such bad luck." Samuel felt exhausted and confused. He stopped trying to make sense of it all. That evening, Samuel visited a quiet chapel where an old church caretaker sat sweeping the floor. Without lecturing, the man simply said, "We see only today. God sees the whole road." He pointed to a cracked clay jar holding water. "This jar looks broken," he said, "but the cracks are what allow it to pour." Then he shared the lesson. Patience means trusting God when the story feels unfinished. Humility is accepting that our understanding is limited. Faith is believing that God works even through confusion. And trust means resting in God's wisdom, not our timing. At first, no change was visible. Samuel's son healed slowly. Life returned to its ordinary pace. Months later, soldiers came to the village. They came to recruit young men for war. Because of his injury, Samuel's son was spared. Only then did Samuel understand. What felt like bad luck was protection. What felt like loss was preparation. Years later, Samuel no longer spoke of luck at all. He spoke of trust. He had learned that God's blessings often arrive disguised as disappointment. If life feels unfair right now, don't rush to judge the moment. Today's hardship may be tomorrow's mercy. Take time to reflect. Consider subscribing for more faith-centered stories. Until then, be patient, stay grateful, and keep walking faithfully forward.